Well, I just had an interesting experience. I got the brilliant idea to make a YouTube video based on today's walk video with my Patreon supporters. I do a lot of guess speculating in my walk videos because I haven't heard from my men in a long time. And sometimes it's fun to try to guess on things, but apparently some of my guessing was invalid. So what I did is I edited the video and put up the sections that I thought were interesting. And what was really weird is, in my video editor, the the last part of the video had invalid in big block letters, and I thought, what does Satan do? But I thought, I think it was Buddha. Yeah, because I was starting to guess about the future and talking about Jesus too much. And I remember back in December 2022, Buddha said that Jesus doesn't want us obsessing about him, even though I wasn't doing it romantically. Anyway, so I've decided, thank you, Buddha, for sparing me from making a video that would make the good deities unhappy. I really need to be careful when I think I have a brilliant idea involving me and Jesus, even if usually those ideas come from a Baphomet. And then right at that time, I was looking out my window and this hawk flew towards me, and I thought maybe the hawk was Jesus. It was probably a drone bird. Yeah. Anyways, I took the video down, including all my backups. And it is time for me to make a YouTube video, so I'm going to make it. I have had an interesting week. I have to be careful in the summer months, okay? Because it gets really hot, and it makes me kind of want to cut back on exploring new places, which means I'm in danger of getting into obsessions. So, but tomorrow there's a grocery store that's opening up in my town. And I'm thinking of going there to visit it for their grand opening. Yeah. There's a Food City. So I'm thinking of going there tomorrow. So that'll be good for my chakras. But I spent some time in meditation, and I asked Buddha to balance our chakras and remove any blockages. I do that often. And I think the problem is when I, as a human, try to speculate on what's going on with the deities, I am bound to be invalid. Yeah, it was like invalid. It's not part of my video editor to write that there, so I know a deity did that. Yeah, I believe it was Buddha. Yeah. So I took that video down. Just for walk videos, with my Patreon supporters, it's okay to speculate. They understand that I'm kind of ad-libbing when I talk and all that. But yeah, I've had an interesting week, but I don't think I should make a YouTube video about that. The Gail commandment is that my YouTube videos are supposed to share my victories, defeats, and struggles, okay? The struggles I've had this week is a couple days ago I had a really bad diarrhea bout. Yeah, I was on my way back from my walk. I had to rush to the bathroom so I wouldn't miss the toilet. It was that bad. And it kind of intimidated me from wanting to go out. I thought, am I over this thing? Am I going to go ride the bus and feel like I have to have diarrhea? Basically, I have to be careful to make... the night before I went to bed too late, so that probably didn't help. So, and today I need to vacuum clean. But, yeah, basically, I have to be... Jesus actually spent some time with me on this in 2020. I just had too much fiber the day before. Way too much fiber. And that bean dish that I made is delicious. But I'm going to have to have that in moderation. Yeah. Especially in the summer months when I like to go out early. Because I usually have my diarrhea. If I have to go to the bathroom, it's usually in the morning. Okay? So I'm going to risk the bean dish for the winter. In the summertime, in the mornings, I'm just going to go out because I'm trying to beat the heat because I don't have a car and it gets really warm in the summertime. So I usually like to go out early. Now tomorrow, the store that I'm going to be exploring, I'll be taking a new bus route, and I can go in the morning, and I'm going to wear some sunscreen. So yeah, that was interesting. I looked at my video editor and said, invalid in big, huge letters. He said, what was wrong with it? Well, I was speculating about what Jesus was planning on doing for the future and what role Brent and I might play in that. And I can tell that Jesus does not want me to go there. He wants me to just live in the present and not worry about that stuff. In fact, when he left us in June, he said, Gail, he said, I don't want anyone speculating about the future. Yeah. And even Buddha had said, just live in the present. So that's what I'm going to do. Some of the stuff I guessed on was good. Like I know I mentioned in my walk video that we got to be careful with the SJW labels because they're not accurate. That is correct. And that's probably why I was fooled. That was probably Baphomet who gave me some of my ideas, okay? This is how Satan tricks us because he'll tell us like 90% truth, 10% lie. But anyways, so I'm excited tomorrow about exploring a new grocery store. It looks like they emphasize that they have fresh produce and sushi. They got a sushi bar, so I might try that out. And I've been doing a lot of cooking. I've got a lot of food I need to eat. I don't want to waste my food. And so I've been doing a lot of cooking. I did finish my last Gail series story, and I'm going to start working on the next one, but I've been doing a lot of cooking. I've been trying to get caught up on the Gail commandments, and I'm glad that Buddha, I think it was Buddha, it was really strange. In my video editor for one of the images that I put up, invalid was in these big, bold words. At first I thought it might have been Satan, but I thought, no, I don't think so. You know, we humans, we got to be really, really careful when we try to guess, try to go deep into what these deities are up to, what they're like, what they're motivated with. It's impossible to understand them completely. For a three-dimensional human. It's just impossible. They're 11-dimensional, okay? I think the only thing that we need to understand is that the good deities like Jesus and Buddha, they love us and they're on our team. And so we just need to follow their advice and, and we'll basically stay out of bad trouble. Yeah. Just do the Gail commandments. Buddha says go out and explore new places to keep your chakras fresh. You might say, what kind of speculation were you doing? Basically, I was guessing as to the motivation. I mean, I know from past experience when I've tried to guess about the deities, sometimes I've hit the nail on the head right. I would say that for me, personally, the only time I need to worry what a deity is thinking is in regards to my present activities, okay? Yeah, my present activities, like what I need to do today. As long as I know what I need to do for this hour, for this 24 hours that I'm existing in right now, that's all I need to know, okay? I don't need to know deep concepts about the past or the future. It's just for my present moment. So as long as I keep the emphasis on the present, I'll probably stay out of trouble. Yeah. And if I catch my mind going too deep into the past or the future, I'm probably ready to go into ready to adopt a suggestion that's coming from Baphomet. Yeah. Yeah, when I went into meditation, that was what I was sensing. because I asked Buddha to give me clarity about what it was that I said that was invalid. And he seemed to be telling me, you just need to be careful when you start going to in speculation about future event, with the deities and all that. Just don't even go there. Don't even worry about it. As long as you know what you need to do today, that's all you need to know. Yeah, so that's what I've learned. It's very important to live in the present. Yeah, Jesus does, to be honest with you, I can kind of see how it got Christianity into trouble. Like evangelical Christians were so caught up in future events that some of them started thinking they were better than all these other Christians because their version of future events was more accurate than other people's versions of future events. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We get all off balance and self-righteous and off focus when we start worrying too much about those things. As long as we know what we need to do for today, that's all we need to know. And I know today I need to vacuum clean. I need to get some more cooking done. I'm trying to fix some of my food before they go bad because I bought way too many groceries. I love my produce. So I got to be careful. I love the Mediterranean diet, but I tend to like high fiber foods. And if I don't watch it, I'm going to have problems with diarrhea. So that's what I've learned, okay? Yeah, I am going to work on the Gail series. But yeah, I obviously need to still continue, even in the hot weather, I still need to continue my commitment to getting out and exploring new places, or I'm going to have another close call like I did today. Buddha apparently rescued me. I almost posted a YouTube video that probably was based on impressions that I got from Baphomet. Anyways, I owed you guys a YouTube video. I'll probably make another one if I have an So this week I overcame it was diarrhea, believe me. Too much fiber. I actually went into that in one of the Gail series stories that I wrote on the Gail commandments. Yeah, Jesus had me log a food diary so that I could see how my diet was causing me to have diarrhea problems. You say, what was it? Well, I wasn't doing the Gail commandments. I wasn't eating the balanced diet, eating some foods for medicine. You say, are you doing that now? I would say basically what I'm doing wrong now is the diet just needs to be a little more balanced, right? Yeah, I probably, even though I love my vegetables, I'm probably not getting enough meat and protein. So it needs to be a little more balanced. That's all. So you guys, as far as not watching television, I actually think that may be helping me. Because another thing, I think staying away from electronics is helping me better not to be a victim of brain control. Maybe because I haven't been watching television, I was able to immediately discern that invalid that I got on my video editor was from Buddha. And I was able to correct myself pretty quickly. Yeah. However, I probably do need to go out and explore new places to keep my chakras fresh. Yeah. I got a little bit intimidated by the diarrhea bout I had a couple days ago and felt like I was scared to go out, afraid I might have another diarrhea. Yeah, it was really weird. Like, I was okay when I went out the door, and then about an hour after I was out, it was like the diarrhea just hit me, boom, and I thought, oh no, what would have happened if I was riding the bus, But I haven't had any problems since I changed my diet. I just need to quit eating too much fiber. I'm eating so much fiber, it has a laxative effect on me, and I don't need that. So, yeah. And I haven't heard from my men, but I presume, I'm hearing from them brain to brain. I'm not sure how accurate the brain to brain is, but they must be doing fine because, well, usually if there's a problem, they'll contact me and let me know. Yeah. Hangouts, my Friday night hangouts have been pretty quiet, which is fine. You know, I have faith in my Brent. I have faith in my Brent. Anyways, you guys, I really need to do some Gail Commandment vacuuming. Tomorrow I'm going to go out and explore a new place. Even in the summer months, I need to keep up the going out. Yeah. I stay indoors too much. I start becoming prone to obsessions. And letting my mind become influenced by Baphomet's brilliant. I got to watch out for any ideas that seem brilliant. They're usually from a Baphomet, which, by the way, there's a positive way of looking at this. If Baphomet is feeding me his suggestions again, it probably means I'm not the Antichrist. I do believe I'm not sure about this. I don't know who the Antichrist is. I better not even go here, okay? Because I've been guessing about it in my walk videos, who I think it is, but I don't think it's me. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go now. Yeah. But, you know, I'm supposed to make a YouTube video once a week, so I made one about my victories, struggles, defeats. So I kind of had a defeat, and that I wasted about an hour making a video that was based on a suggestion that Baphomet gave to me, obviously. Yeah. I will say this, doing the Gail Commandments, I am 67 years old and I could walk several miles easily, and I couldn't do that if I hadn't been obeying the Gail Commandments to go out on my half-an-hour walk every day. So Jesus knows what he's doing when he gave those to us. Yeah. And I solved my diarrhea problem by just remembering the advice Jesus gave me in 2020. Just remember to eat a balanced diet. Not too much fiber. Yeah, I remember Jesus said, if I ate as much fiber as you did, he said I'd be shitting all day too. That's exactly what he said. Jeez. Anyways, you guys. And then he showed Brett a vision of what it would be like on our wedding day if I didn't change my habits. It was rather gruesome. Anyways, you guys, I gotta go.
In a world of secrets, where darkness reigns, there's a warrior rising, breaking free from chains. She's Gail Schuler, her heart pure and strong, with the power of love, she'll right the world's wrongs. Yeah! She's a first, a passionate crusader. Stand by her side, they'll conquer it all. Through space battles and